If you sign them, well, what are you going to be doing next? Well, doing all this work at the upfront, we're actually going to show them some creative ways of what we can do for them and what we're going to do for their customers. So it's far more interesting and shows them a lot of almost like our portfolio, what we can actually do for them. Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of my absolutely nothing to 10k a month with social media marketing series. If you haven't seen the first episode in the series, please go to my channel and have a look, and whilst you're there, feel free to subscribe. So today I want to focus on outreach, methods that we're going to be using to attract potential new clients. And later on in the video, we're also going to have some live footage of me actually recording some looms for customers and then delivering a special gift, I suppose we'll call it at this stage, to one of those customers. But before we go any further, I think it's fair to say that I am not a big fan of cold calling or cold emails. I feel like it's impersonal. I feel like as a digital director of another business, I get plenty of them almost daily. Can we do this for your business? Or why don't you schedule a 15-minute call with us? And really, they don't have any kind of knowledge of who I am, what would engage me, what would appeal to me. They don't know much about the business. It's just kind of almost like a copy and paste, it feels like, and I rarely respond to them. So knowing this and knowing how I feel about it, I've made sure that all the outreach I'm going to be doing is away from that. I want to really engage, create intrigue and interest by the potential customers. After all, we're going to be trying to offer them some kind of experience, or an experience for their customers through us. So if I can't provide them with an experience up front so they can see that, well, what hope do I have of them actually contacting me back and trying to get a booking with me? So we're going to focus quite heavily on Loom videos. Now, for those of you that don't know what Loom is, it's a fantastic app where you can screen record and video yourself at the same time. So we're going to focus on looking at their social media and doing what we like to call a shit sandwich. Okay, so we're going to tell them the bad bits, but then give them some good bits so they don't feel completely deflated, and then go back with a few little niggly bad bits again. So kind of the buns, the meat, the bun. And that's going to hopefully create them to feel good about what they're doing, but also think, God, there's a massive room for opportunity here, and these people clearly know how to give us that opportunity. Once we've created the Loom video, we'll then upload that to Vimeo, which I'm going to be showing you. And once it's on Vimeo, we'll then extract the URL code. That URL code we're going to turn into a QR code. I know, it sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it? But trust me, it'll be worth it. And then what we're going to do is put that QR code and that URL onto an ominous piece of card. That card's going to go inside of a golden envelope, and that golden envelope is going to get sent to the customer, or I'll hand deliver it maybe. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a hell of a lot of work when I could just pick up the phone. But let's face it, people don't really like to pick up the phone. Nobody feels comfortable and confident to just hop on a call and be like, hey, I'm going to sell you these services. Once you've done it loads of times, you become comfortable. But as we mentioned, it's not very personal. There's no relationship built through that way. So whilst this seems like a lot of work at the front end, you've got to remember what you're going to be offering to them. You're going to be asking these potential businesses for 1, 2, maybe even 3k a month, to monitor, to engage with their clients, to create content, to create intrigue for their customers. Well, if you can't do it yourself, if you're just going down the route, you're not going to be cold calling their customers. So that's all you've shown them by cold calling them, that you're able to cold call. But if you sign them, well, what are you going to be doing next? Well, doing all this work at the upfront, we're actually going to show them some creative ways of what we can do for them and what we're going to do for their customers. So it's far more interesting and shows them a lot of almost like our portfolio, what we can actually do for them. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Without further ado, let's make some Loom. So guys, we're inside of Facebook at the moment, as you can quite clearly see. Shameless plug, if you're on Facebook, search for myself. I had to put a .dot at the end of my name because this is not a personal profile. This is a page that I'd love for you to follow and like. But essentially, we're just showing the journey on here. Let's go into what I'm doing with Loom now. So I'm recording through Loom. It's an extension, so a little browser extension up here that I'm using on Chrome. Just means that we can record. And we can record our screen. What I'm going to be doing is, if I click on here, for example, if your niche is dentist, this is not my niche. Okay, so I'm not an expert in dentistry. But I'm just going to, let's just go for this one. Parkfield Dental Practice. So we can look here, and what we would be doing here is speaking to the customer, explaining to them what is good and what is bad and where they can improve, just giving them, almost like we're giving them a free consultation. which they can use themselves, or once they realise the work that's involved, hopefully they'll go, actually, do you know what? This guy sounds like an expert. They seem like they know what they're doing. Let's offlay this and outsource it. So we could start, for example, by instantly, the biggest real estate on a Facebook page is the banner. And the banner here, I mean, I can only assume this is mouthwash, but it doesn't fit the page properly. It looks pixelated. It's not really given the customer anything. We want people to come on there and that to be more important than the profile picture. This area here, I would be stressing to them, what we would do is create a bespoke banner for your page, which instantly tells customers the benefits of going to you, the benefits of seeing you over someone else, what you can do for them, because it's all about what the customer can do for their client at the end of the day, and unfortunately that is doing absolutely nothing for anyone. So we'd then look at the profile picture, we'd assess how we could improve, or if it's fine, or what we would do there. We would then see their posting frequency, which I'm going to be very honest with you, I might move into the dental niche, because these people do not post often. They've got an okay following, which we can massively improve. They do not post frequently. When they do post, it's not, engaging for the customer. It's just giving important notices about coronavirus. Again, coronavirus. There's nothing for a customer. Oh, and then they've got your telephone number in the text is turned off. So not looking great. So we could give a lot of positive feedback for them in the sense of constructiveness, because I doubt very much that they're getting any bookings through there. They'll probably be getting some messages, and it doesn't seem like they're very engaged on here to reply, so we would want to work on that. Then we're going to look at page transparency for them. I can already tell you that these won't be running ads. No, they are not. So if they're not running ads, we can express that we are specialists in ad management, so we can run ads, we can target their customers with the right product in the right place to the right people at the right time. And then we'd just work on their page. So this is a very quick run through of what we would do. We'd spend a good amount of time just basically offloading and fully auditing their page to give them enough constructive criticism that they wouldn't feel offended. At the same time, they'd be intrigued enough that they'd want to know more about how we can help them with their ROI. So if anyone's in the dental niche, Parkfield Dental Practice is a great shout. It's not my niche, but there you go. These seem like great people who you can help. And that's it for a loom. That's what I would be doing. I hope Parkfield don't mind me using their page, but it gives you an idea of exactly what I'm doing in these looms. And then we're going to upload that to Vimeo. Welcome to Vimeo. Most of you probably know what Vimeo is. If you don't, it's just like YouTube, but I risk the words maybe more secure. It's a great place to store content that you don't want to put out to the masses like on YouTube, but you can get URLs from, you can send it off to customers, things like that. So this is our business one. If I was to go in and manage our videos, for example, from here, this is where I would look to take, wait for it to load. I'll take the video that we've done for a customer. I would extract the URL from this. Okay, so I'd extract the URL from this, and then I would be putting that directly onto a sheet, which I'm going to show you in a moment, where I can print out exactly what I want the customer to see, which is going to be just that URL saying type in this URL, nothing more. They don't know anything about me. They don't know who I am, apart from I'm going to have my logo on there, the URL, and they're going to be intrigued, hopefully, enough to click on it. So if you want to be a bit more creative and use the QR codes I've mentioned a few times, I highly recommend qrstuff.com. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. It's just a site that I found and I used and found it easy. So what you can do is, what we can basically do is choose the type of data where it's coming from, what type of QR code it's going to be. So in this case, actually, we want to send them to a website URL because it's going to be taking them to Vimeo. Then we'll go to YouTube. And if you haven't watched this video, episode 1, please do. So copy video link, go back to QR code. We can just type that in here. And what's going to happen over here, it's going to create a bespoke QR code for us, which we can just simply download. Once you've downloaded that, you can copy the image and put that into Canva, which we're going to come on to in a second. And finally, we are on my favorite platform, or my favorite website in existence, which is Canva. So Canva, if you are not using Canva and you're considering this as a career choice, if you're going into marketing, anything to do with content creation, you must have Canva. It's a golden treasure trove for everything. So what you see, I have blurred out what I would do here, and this is the printout, this is my template. So this would be inside of the gold envelope. My logo there, they do not know this logo. They're not going to know who this is, but it reinforces that we are a brand, we have a company. There is a logo there. I would then put the business's logo in this section. Actually, underneath here is the business's logo, just to show you. I'm just, obviously, for obvious reasons, I'm blocking all of this out. Then I would type in to your web browser, and I'm going to put the Vimeo link to the video that is going to be sent bespoke to this customer, and it's all tailored to them. And then finally, or scan this, and I have a QR code for them to scan. So it's really intriguing. If you receive that through the post in a golden envelope, you probably think it's a virus to start with, but then you're going to want to see what it's about. Which, when you get cold called or you're cold emailed, it's very easy just to go, oh, it's another email, delete. You don't even pay attention, so all that work is for nothing. Which can happen with Looms. You can just do that for nothing. Whereas doing it this way, people are going to be intrigued enough to at least click on or do the QR code or type in the URL. So this is the technique I use. We go through Facebook, we do a Loom, we upload it to Vimeo, we then come across to Canva, create this, we will print this off onto card and put it into the golden envelope. So there you have it. The card is ready. I just need to name it up. We have the card inside of this envelope and ready to send. Or in this case, I'm actually going to go out and hand deliver this one because it's the first. It's the first of many that are going to be going out to businesses. So I really want this to be a moment for this journey and for this vlog that you're joining me on, and for me and this agency. So I'm going to go out, hand deliver this. It is a Sunday, so I mean, I'm not expecting to see anyone, but still, we're going to go out and put in the effort. So I've arrived in town now. I'm going to go and deliver. Wait a minute. The first golden envelope. This is hopefully the beginning of a really different and creative way of outreach to customers, and they'll enjoy it. So hopefully we'll get some good feedback and some good responses, because that's important. We're spending more time creating these pieces specific to the customers and really tailoring everything, making it really bespoke and kind of exciting. So the idea is we're not going to be having to do thousands of these like cold outreach emails or phone calls. This is going to be, wow, let's contact this person. So that's the idea. I'm going to go and drop this off at their post box. It's a Sunday, so they're not in. I was toying between whether to do it on a day that they were in, but then it kind of ruins the intrigue, doesn't it? If they saw me posting it or they came to the door, well, they already know me, we'll probably start a conversation. I want the intrigue. I want them to go, oh, what is this? There's a link. Oh, I'll type that in. So that's the idea. I'm going to go and post this now, and I will come back to you shortly. And the world's toughest letterbox award goes to those guys. Jeez, that was go on, car. That was an ordeal. But the deed is done. The first of many, but bloody hell did they have a tough letterbox.